So one of the great memories of that finals was the step over on Tyronn. That actually you could really see a good image of the shot. What do you remember about that play? Because people still talk about it like today.
I was just into the game at that point, and obviously, you know, we were battling during that game, me and him, and basically every time we played against each other, you know, he always took a challenge when it came to me, and tried to give his team what he needed to what they needed to help them win. You know, he stepped up to the plate, and I was hyped up at that point. And then, you know, once I hit the shot, you know, he was right there, and it was just a reaction. And like, I think that the strangest part about that is, you know, me and him were big time enemies when we played against each other. Now we're the best of friends.
That day when you had the press conference and you found out and everybody was there, what do you remember about when you first heard you got MVP?
My initial reaction was, honestly, like, man, you know, you voted the best basketball player in the world. You know what I mean? Like, all the awards that I've captured in my life, and my career, you know, it was none like that one. It was like, you know, it was so different from every other one because, you know, you're a professional athlete, and in that profession, you're the best in the world. And, you know, I sat around for a minute. I, you know, had to have some time by myself and reflect on everything and think about my life and, you know, what I've been through to be able to accomplish something like that. You know, I got real emotional. It was just it was a great feeling. It was like a tribute to all of the people that helped me get to that point. You know, all of my family and my friends and all the teammates that I played with, all the coaches that I've ever had, you know, my fans, you know, everybody besides me that contributed to getting an award like that. You know, I just, you know, in my mind, just, you know, thank them and realize that I couldn't accomplish something like that without the people that genuinely love me. I understand, and I realized that fans that love Allen Iverson because of who he is and how real I am to myself. You know what I mean? And how I love the fact that every time I look in the mirror, I'm satisfied with what I look at. And I think people respect that. People respect the fact that, you know, you don't have to be phony and change your image and try to be somebody that you're not. You know, it's fine being the person you are. It's fine being a person that make mistakes. It's fine when, you know, you look at a person that will fall or stumble and get right back up. You know what I mean? And I think people accept that and they respected that when it came to me. And, you know, I'm true to myself and my family and my friends and my fans. So, you know, I guess, you know, a lot of people, they gravitate to that, you know what I mean? And they want to be a part of something original and authentic like that. So, you know, and I had no problem taking the bumps and bruises that I had to take with being myself. And, you know, I feel good that I did it this way, and I wouldn't have did it no other way.
What does this mean to you, only the strong survive? I mean, a lot of guys have that tattoo now, but when you got it, I think it was more of a cultural statement because not many people had it. Now it's more in vain with like a lot of other things you've done, but back then it was not as known.
I think it come from basically my upbringing, you know, all the things that I had to endure in my life, all the obstacles that I was faced with, You know, just trying to make it out, make a better way for my family. You know, and being where I'm from, you know, how hard it is to make it out of here, you know. I thought about that, and I, you know, just felt that I had to be strong enough to do it. You know, only the strong survive. If you're not, you know, a weak person will break. They'll give up, and that's just not me. You know what I mean? So whatever I go through in life, whatever it is, I'll fight through it. I don't think God will put you through nothing that you can't handle. So you put an H on your chest and handle it. With me growing up, how you look, to me, how you play. You know, I want to make myself up to look not only just like a basketball player, but look like a superhero. Yeah. A skinny one, but a superhero. But a superhero. So, you know, that's how I came up with styles. Like, what hasn't been done? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can have all these different flavors because I'm coming up with original things that haven't been done. Yeah. You know, nobody would do this, nobody would do that, you know, and that's how I used to come up with it, like a superhero, to where it don't even look real. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, when the young guys that never played with me but look up to me, when they finally see me, you know, I want them to be able to look at me and see my aura. When everybody started looking like I look, that's when I realized that I was a trendsetter. When I started seeing guys wear the do-rag and hats and the jerseys and stuff like that, you know, and the sleeve and getting the cornrows, and then everybody flooding themselves with tattoos, stuff like that, you know, I sat back and, man, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, everybody is trying to look like themselves, but look like you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with, you know, being who I am and looking like I look, but, you know, the cornrows and tattoos and baggy clothes and the baggy uniform and all that stuff, okay, well, everybody know where that come from. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was just a great, great feeling. But like I said before, it was bittersweet because I had to take the whipping for it. You know what I mean? I had to, you know, I was the cover boy for it. So, you know, obviously I had to take the backlash from it, but it's bittersweet now because now other guys can be themselves and look like they want to look without a problem.
Last month when we were together and Deuce came down, and like his generation of friends and kids just didn't watch you play, but they all want to get your shoe. It's crazy, like another generation influenced by you even though they didn't really see you in your prime.
It's basically, it has a lot to do with the way the shoe look too. Now, I mean, I can't take all the credit for it. Yeah. Kids will go find out how good you were and find out for themselves. You know, they'll look at highlights and so, you know, and be able to say, oh, okay, yeah, he was, you know, he was good. I think it has a lot to do with the parents too. You know, the parents putting the kids, you know, up on, you know, stuff that they grew up off. You know what I mean? So there's a whole bunch of ways that they can find out. And then one thing about kids, they're gonna find out. And that's one of the best things in the world, that kids that's, you know, 7, 8 years old, you know, or even younger, know who I am and, you know, respect what I did out there on the basketball court. That's one of the great feelings in the world, when somebody that didn't grow up off of you or didn't get a chance to watch you play and get a chance to see what you could do. I never thought that so many kids would be I thought it was all older guys that would be going crazy for the questions. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's guys my son age. My son all the time, Daddy, I want this color, I want that color, I want this color, you know. I mean, he's on it. You know, he knew about it, the shoe coming out before I did. So, I mean, that's just how I go, man.
Hard to think this way, but did you think in '96, first coming to the league, choosing Reebok, that 15 years later you'd be sitting here talking about a new generation of kids buying your shoes?
No, No.
Yeah.
Far-fetched. I never seen it. You know what I mean? And couldn't believe it. You know, I was just happy to have my own shoe. You know, that was my dream. That was one of my biggest dreams. Obviously to make it to the NBA, but to have my own signature shoe, I mean, nothing top that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't wait to put them on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then to just have more and more, you know what I mean, and keep on going, and then have a MVP shoe, have a final shoe, you know what I mean, like, just a dream come true. You know, it's basically like, you know, you make it to the NBA, that's your dream,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, but everything that come with it, you know, to be the one that created the sleeve, to be the one that created, you know, the answer,
yeah.
and have the question and stuff like that, that's icing on the cake.